In this video we'll discuss the JavaScript code library. So the JavaScript code library is available in all the contexts where JavaScript can be edited, and the way in which you open the code library is by tapping on this icon in the toolbar. So for example, here we are in the UX component in the JavaScript functions editor. If we go over here, for example, into a control bar and we go to the JavaScript pane, you can see again here we have the code library editor. So the code library is intended for storing away snippets of code and then pasting those snippets of code into the code that you're editing. So let's go ahead here and open up the code library, and we can see that the code library currently has three entries in it, two of which have been marked as favorites. So if I want to basically only show the favorites, I can go there and tap on that little icon there, which basically filters on favorites, or I can filter on anything that I want. So I can go there and type in body, and then if I go ahead now and double tap on that item, it'll insert the entry into the code that I'm editing, and you can see that I can control exactly where the insertion point should be placed after the code has been inserted. So the way in which we control how the insertion point gets defined when code is inserted is we actually edit the entry. So we go here and click on the view icon, which brings up a modeless viewer, so you can see that as I move around the different items here, we see what the entry is. And then in this window you can actually edit the items in the code library. So you can see I've gone here and have added a \IP to indicate that that's where the insertion point should go after the code is pasted into the code editor. So you can see here on function body we've also set the insertion point over there. So in order to basically define different code libraries, you would go to the menu button over here, and you can create new code libraries. You can change the name of an item in the code library, and you can also manage code libraries. So the code libraries themselves are stored in text files, and if you click on this button over here, you'll see that basically the folder where those library files are stored over here, and the library entries themselves are just stored in JSON text. So you can see that's what a library entry looks like. It's just basically an array, a JSON array of objects with name, text, and whether the item is a favorite. So to add something to the code library, all you need to do is highlight the text and then click the add button. So let's go here and say var x equals alpha, and then we want to add this to the code library. So we'll bring up the code library, we'll highlight this code and then click the add button, and you can see now we suggest a default name, which is just the first 30 characters of the code snippet that you're entering, but you can choose any entry that you want, and there the item is added. Once it's been added, I can change the order of the item, or I can basically go here and mark it as a favorite if I want quick access to it, and then again I can filter on favorites over there like that. So basically the code library is a very useful tool to allow you to save and quickly reuse snippets of JavaScript in all of the contexts where you edit JavaScript, in both the UX and also the grid component, and also in the JavaScript library editor as well. Thanks very much for watching.